We're going to Dallas, Texas, where I'll show you some of the highlights as well as share travel tips and recommendations. I'm Taylor.
Please like and subscribe.
And let's get started. So I'll quickly show you the hotel. I'm staying at the Magnolia Hotel in downtown Dallas. My first thought is, wow, it is spacious. The bathroom is pretty normal looking. We also have a small fridge and a closet that has everything you need. There are also laundry facilities, which I will use because I have all my dirty stuff from Mexico. That's fine. I got a good price for this hotel, and I think it's in a good location.
Or so she thought.
And there was one other weird thing. At the front desk, they said that I couldn't change the temperature by myself, and I swear I did not misunderstand this. They said I couldn't change it by myself, that maintenance had to change it, and they're only available until 11 p.m. So, instead of even trying to change it, I just called for maintenance, and he's just like, this is hot, this is cold. Bruh. And I'm like, what? I could have...
Okay, I know this sounds random, but it's actually really relevant for later, so remember that.
I've only been here for like 30 minutes. When it comes to places to stay, consider staying downtown because there are a lot of museums and other touristy areas centrally located. Others were recommending uptown, which is less convenient, but it has a different vibe. So if you're a vibe person, that's probably worth checking out. Sometimes it's hard to be a positive person. The heat in my room never came on and there was no hot water, so I kind of demanded to be moved to another room, and the woman at the front desk was like, yeah, there should be heat there, or yeah, there is heat there. Something that was kind of dismissive, but it's fine because they quickly moved me to another room. So now I have this smaller room, which is warmer and most importantly, has hot water. Either way, let's go see Dealey Plaza. The only thing I knew about Dallas before this trip is this is where JFK RIP'd, so we might as well see where it happened. IRL. On November 22nd, 1963, JFK was fatally shot at Dealey Plaza, where we are headed now. It's only about a half mile away from where I'm staying, so let's keep going. I will also say that I don't love this part of town. See some things boarded up, see a lot of police activity right now, so, wow, a lot of police activity. Wow, this is a lot of police activity. Yeah, I just chose to stay downtown because it seemed like the most convenient. Here we are at Dealey Plaza. It's kind of popping right now because everyone was probably evacuated because of the bomb threat, which I just looked up and it's a thing. I will say this is kind of underwhelming. I like the fountains, but really it's just a little monument here. And I will say that there is also a museum, the 6th floor museum, which is dedicated to JFK as a memorial, also to the event that happened here. Good for a morning walk. Don't see that you would spend your day here. I think over there could be the grassy knoll where Lee Harvey Oswald took Kennedy's life.
The plaza is also considered the birthplace of Dallas.
Today has been weird, but we persist, and up next I'm going to go to a cafe, so let's see that. I just chose Parterre because it was in the area, it had Wi-Fi, and a fun latte selection. So I came here for the lattes, and I'm looking at the menu. They have raspberry cheesecake latte, cocoa blanc latte, cinnamon toast latte, Lucky Charms latte. I've never seen like 90% of these options, so this is amazing. Might have to come back more than once. And a physical assault just occurred outside of the window. I didn't capture most of it because I didn't see it until someone from inside the cafe ran out to go break it up. So maybe you shouldn't stay downtown. I retract my recommendation. Okay, so to be so honest with you, this is the roughest trip I've had in a while. Nothing's bad has happened yet, but this next thing, I originally wanted to do it later at night, but seeing downtown Dallas, I really don't want to go out at night, so I'm just going to do it right now. Why come to Dallas? IDK. Is it piquing your interest so far? The reason I'm here is because, like I mentioned, I just came from Tulum, which is on the East Coast. And then in a few days, I have a work engagement in the Deep South. And I live in LA.
So a few time zones over, and I convinced myself it was overall cheaper and more convenient to be here. And I totally believe that because commuting to and from LAX is a nightmare.
Anyway, if you could like and subscribe, I would love that. And we are at the Reunion Tower, which I just realized is located in the Hyatt Hotel building. So That's why it looks like this.
Reunion Tower is one of Dallas's most iconic landmarks, offering panoramic views of the city from its observation level. Visitors can enjoy interactive displays and telescopes. Tickets are around $20 depending on the time of the day, and yeah, it's all pretty straightforward.
So given my Dallas experience hitherto, I would say I had very low expectations for the tower, but now that I'm here, wow. Dallas is green, beautiful, expansive. The bridges, the architecture, this is America. This is so worth it. Good morning. And this next thing is not because I'm not loving Dallas. I'm not loving Dallas. But it's because rather I'm one of those annoying vacation people that's like, when we go somewhere, let's see as much as we can. So today up first, we're taking a half-day tour to Fort Worth. Also, I will say I did have more hotel problems, specifically in the new room I was moved into. The refrigerator, the mini fridge, wasn't working. So the maintenance guy came back and he assisted me with that, which was nice. But overall, it's been a very mid stay, though I will say there were some good things, including the laundry. But I know most of you aren't booking hotels for laundry, but I love the laundry. Solid 3-star experience.
Fort Worth is 45 minutes west of Dallas, and it's a good place to go if you want a Texas cowboy experience.
So here we are in beautiful Fort Worth. As you can see, it has a little more of a historic charm than Dallas. The first thing we saw on the tour was the water gardens, which were being cleaned at the time. And then we went over to the JFK Memorial. And while we were there, we saw a man shooting up on the sidewalk and promptly being arrested. So our group was questioned, and moving on to our next attraction, which is the Stockyards. So I definitely would have come to Dallas either way, especially because that's where my flight connection is. But the Stockyards is what I pictured. When people say Texas, I think this is the Texas you picture. And the Stockyards station, there are a lot of shops and restaurants, and a highlight is the cattle drive. You can also buy leather goods. I'm just really excited to walk around.
Stockyards Station is the main Fort Worth attraction. Historically, the Stockyards played a crucial role in the late 19th and early 20th centuries as a major livestock trading hub, where millions of cattle were bought, sold, and shipped along rail lines. Today, visitors can experience this heritage with the twice-daily cattle drive, where cowhands drive a herd of longhorns down Exchange Avenue.
So the cattle drive was essentially a long speech about the cattle drive, which was interesting, but the drive itself was only about 30 seconds, which is fine. But if you have expectations that it's a whole parade of cattle, it's just what I saw in my video. I captured most of it in that video. Overall, this was a very good tour. It was short. We got to see Fort Worth, and I'm satisfied. And I got this awesome latte from this place called Avoca, so I'm happy. And because I came a second time, I feel more comfortable saying that this service is slow consistently. Regardless, I really like their lattes. Today I'm getting the raspberry cheesecake latte. I'm looking at the menu, and I'll probably come back tomorrow for a third latte selection. And up next, we're going to the Dallas Museum of Art. And quick interjection before we go to the museum. I was thinking about the negative reviews I left, and it was really kind of bothering me because I am a positive person. And I think if I go back and edit this vlog like a month or two from now, because these are severely delayed, I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the negative reviews. But then I stopped myself thinking, hey, why do we even give reviews? Because we want to make informed decisions, and I think it's good that we give honest reviews. So I just want to clarify and say that this hotel, there's nothing severely bad about it.
Or so she thought.
It's like one of those cost things where you get what you pay for, and I did pay less for this. And for what I paid, I think it's totally worth it. So I just want to be clear that I don't think there's anything wrong with the cafe. I love the cafe. I got food at the cafe, and it was great. I genuinely, truly want my vlogs to help people, so that's why I want to be clear about this. It's not for
any other reason. I mean, it's kind of for entertainment, but not at other people's expense, if that makes sense. Let's go to the museum.
The Dallas Museum of Art houses 4 floors of exhibits filled with Indigenous, American, African, European, Asian, Pacific Island, and more areas of art. The museum has free admission, however, there are a few paid exhibits. Also, it's important to note that the museum is only open from Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you are planning on visiting, be aware of that.
I will say this museum is bigger and more interesting than I had anticipated. I came here about an hour before closing because I had work, but yeah, definitely worth it. And I swear I've seen this painting at the Harvard Arts Museum, which was featured in one of my earlier vlogs. So yeah, Jackson Pollock. God damn it, friends. I told myself I wasn't going to look it up, but I did. This hotel, the Magnolia, downtown Dallas, is actually haunted. I suspected it was haunted. Things were falling. That fell. It wasn't me. I mean, it was kind of me. But, you know, I told you about all these things that were breaking. This hotel is haunted. And I first suspected this on day one when I went up to the 24th floor, which looks like this. And it looks so different than all the other floors, but it's just eerie. It's just eerie. One of the rooms was cold. Nothing was working. I think it's haunted. So, this all makes sense now. And I told myself I wasn't going to look it up because I was like actually kind of like, I don't know, I was kind of skeeved out one of the first nights here. So I was like, no, you don't want to look that up. You're alone. You don't want to freak yourself out. So I told myself I wasn't going to look it up till the end of the trip. And I'm glad I waited because it's haunted. It is actually haunted. Holy crap. No wonder it's cheap. It's haunted. Okay, so you may be wondering, why did I even go up to the 24th floor if I didn't know the hotel was haunted? Because the laundry is on the 25th floor, but there are multiple elevators and only 2 of them go to the 25th floor. So I thought to myself, oh, I can't get to the 25th floor from this elevator. Maybe I can go up to the 24th floor and walk up 1 flight of stairs. So that's why I was on that floor in particular. But it's the floor that's different and all the hallways are cold, and there are simple explanations for this. When the tour guide today said, this is the time of year where we never know whether to put on the heat or the AC because it's changeable. It's early April right now, but man.
I feel weird.
Good morning. I leave today, and I will say I'm very happy to report that nothing weird happened last night. So I don't believe in ghosts, but if I did believe in ghosts, I would definitely think, yeah, the air was a little too cold. The toilet pressure, a little too weak, and it reminds me of that story about the Hotel Cecil,
Where the people in the hotel were complaining about weak water, whatever, and then they did an investigation and they found a dead woman in the water tower who was clogging everything and making the water pressure go down. Beside the point.
Today, we have one final beautiful thing to see, which is the Arboretum. But first, here are a few tips and recommendations to make your Dallas trip smoother. Dallas weather is wild. You may think Texas, hot, and that's true for places like San Antonio, but Dallas has some volatile weather. It has hot summers, generally mild winters, thunderstorms, sometimes hail, sometimes ice, and the occasional tornado, so definitely check that in advance. Staying downtown is convenient, but think twice before you do it. But jump at the opportunity to go to the Stockyards in Fort Worth. If you're staying downtown, I would recommend coming to the Exchange, which is a food court that has a variety of different cuisines.
And yes, you can get a lot of awesome food here, including Tex-Mex food, and you can get fish tacos, which is what I got, and I'm remembering that as I'm recording this voiceover in Austria, so that's just a preview that there will be an Austria vlog in the future. Anyway, I didn't do a lot of food stuff in Dallas because I was traveling by myself and I don't love going to restaurants by myself, but yeah.
Look into Tex-Mex food in, Dallas. I'm in Austria. Dallas.
I think Dallas is cool as a city, but in my mind, it's not quite a vacation destination. A few years back, I did go to San Antonio and would recommend that as a vacation. And we are here at the Arboretum, and there seems to be school trips and graduation photos taking place at the same time, so let's go.
The Dallas Arboretum and Botanical Garden is a popular destination to see beautifully curated seasonal gardens. It's about 15 minutes from downtown, and I took an Uber to get there. Tickets are kind of pricey at $21, but hey, look at that view.
Also, I will say that there was a bunch of construction and private events going on, so it really just wasn't a good day for me to come. TBH.
Truly, I think these botanical gardens are beautiful. Like, if you just take a moment to breathe it all in and actually appreciate everything instead of just flying by it, I think you can really appreciate it. At the same time, I will say that these aren't exactly my favorite botanical gardens. One that I really loved, I put in one of my LA vlogs, which I don't know if that vlog has come out yet because of the way that I publish things, but the one that I really love is called the Huntington, and I'll put a link in the description if that vlog has already come out. So, what did you think of Dallas? Honestly, coming here I had low expectations because I didn't come here for vacation. It was just a convenient stop between engagements. Regardless, I feel like I saw a lot in the time that I was here. I was here for 2.5 days and literally saw everything I wanted to see. everything. And I thought I would have to skip the Arboretum, but it was very nice. So I have mixed feelings. I feel like this is a good place to live, probably, but I don't think it's really like a vacation spot. However, I will say the highlight for me was seeing the Stockyards. So let me know your thoughts on Dallas. Let me know your questions. Put everything in the comments. And if you made it this far, I would love a like and a subscription. Look how small my channel is. You would be helping me a lot. And as always, thanks for joining.